Imagine your home was cut down or burnt to the ground. Would you remain in that location, or would you find somewhere safer to live? Logging and burning practices are common in environmental management organisations to reduce the leaf litter in an area to prevent the occurrence of bushfires. The aim of this study was to determine the relationship between the burning and logging intensity and the abundance of the endangered yellow-footed Anicynus species, Anicynus flavipes. The article below proves that the abundance of this species is directly related to the coverage of their habitat and provides sufficient evidence to identify a negative relationship between the logging and fire intensity on the abundance of the Anicynus. This study was conducted by students of the University of Queensland across the first 2 weeks of August. 6 private properties across Helidon were used as seen in images 1 and 2. Each site consisted of 8 lines of 10 Elliott traps to survey the relative abundance of the species in the area. The traps were placed in areas that provided shade and shelter to abide by the University of Queensland Animal Ethics Guidelines. Table 1 shows the number of yellow-footed Anicynus caught over 100 trap nights and the status of each site. Figure 2 shows that the mean relative abundance for each Anicynus flavipes in each site was not significantly affected by the intensity of the fire and logging. This can be seen in the p-values of 0.712 and 0.436. The results for this study were all correlated using a statistical analysis program known as Minitab. Figure 3 shows that a probability plot at 95% confidence was created to determine that the data was normally distributed and that there is evidence that there was no calculated outliers occurring in the data. Whilst the results of this study were statistically insignificant, published articles contain significant records that support the hypothesis seen in Figure 4. The data shows that sites that were logged and slightly burnt housed the lowest abundance of Anicynus, while the sites that were unlogged and severely burnt housed the greatest abundance of Anicynus. In support of Ayres' research, the article shown below states that there is a negative relation determined at logged and burnt sites. No significant relation was determined by Lindenmayer at a post-logged and post-burnt sites, indicating that there is no negative effect occurring on the abundance of this species. Further research in this field is required to increase the validity of the data, noting the breeding season of the target species may help increase the abundance caught in certain traps. Increasing the number of traps used and the number of trap nights would also increase the relative abundance of the species caught, providing more data to be correlated and determined in the statistical programs to provide a significant outcome. Thank you.